Keegan had one of those, and you could talk to it, and I would always be in the tree. I'd be like, GoPro, start recording. You'd see it turn on. He turned that feature off pretty fast.
All right. Here we are. Got another episode about safety, only we're coming at it from a little bit of a different angle. Last time we had the safety episode, we kind of got into the building blocks. I think this time we're going to go more physical safety. We're going to talk about PPE a little bit. Before we get into that, though, I'm Andrew.
Jamie.
Grits.
And Rob.
Yeah, like I was saying, there's a lot of different angles you can come at safety from, and I'm sure there'll be many more episodes. We had the little mini Stay Safe episode that talks about, maybe where different people's responsibilities and kind of some thoughts on how you should look at safety. And then we talked on the safety episode about different kind of factors in creating a safe work culture. And we really didn't touch PPE at all.
Right, yeah. Yeah, this kind of came from, we had a listener who messaged me on Instagram saying he was curious what we wear in the field. Because there's so many pieces of gear out there, and you'll go on Tree Stuff looking for, I remember when I first started, like a lanyard or whatever. I'm like, what length do I want? What length do I need? Or rope? Like what? I had no idea, kind of going in blind. So I think we'll just talk about what we use and why we like it, and maybe that'll help people determine what they want.
And if we miss anything that you like, or you want to add 2 cents, send us an email or reach out on Instagram. That's how this episode came about, and we always love feedback from people because this is about us learning as much as it is about sharing what we know. And so the only way that works is if we get your feedback, so keep it coming.
Yeah, so you just want to start like head to toe, with the helmet?
I was thinking feet first.
Feet first.
Oh, toe to head.
All right.
You want to go toe to head? All right.
Well, I remember first working and having just like a crappy pair of hiking boots when I first started doing tree work, and thought, oh, these will work fine. And then the rains came and realized, wow, you really need some solid boots to be able to do this kind of stuff. And, there's chainsaw boots, there's lightweight climbing shoes. And, I personally have like 3 pair of boots that I kind of cycle throughout the year.
Yeah.
But, we go through boots so fast, just pounding pavement that.
Yeah. What do you wear now?
Because it's so hot out, I've found that the Merrell shoes are pretty nice. They don't have Gore-Tex in them. I'm currently not wearing shoes, so
yeah.
That's pretty good. But it's hard to find shoes that don't have some kind of membrane, really hot layer. I mean, my feet sweat so much so that it's hard to stay dry in the summer because your feet are sweating if you're wearing some kind of permanent membrane. But and finding something that doesn't have a huge heel is kind of nice for me.
Yeah, I agree. I was given a pair of like logger style like hand-me-downs when I first started. I was like, this is not comfortable for me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like them.
Yeah.
But it wasn't for me. I wore hiking boots forever, like Gore-Tex Asolo or Aslo or whatever. Still absolutely love those boots for hiking boots. But I just recently started, probably about a year ago. So this is my second pair. I got into like arborist specific boots, and I went with the Tango 6s from I found them on Wesper. But they have that membrane like you're talking. So they're not waterproof, but there's a waterproof membrane, so they do get like super hot.
Mm-hmm.
These things are awesome.
They look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty light. There's no safety toe or anything, which is not a requirement where I work. It might be where you work, so that's something to look into when determining boots.
Yeah, it's flat.
And boots are tough too because everyone's feet are so different.
Yeah.
Like someone might put that on and it's just awful for them, but for me, It was, yeah, just such a good fit. So comfortable. They've got like, I'll take my other boots off because I got the light version of them too for pruning and rec climbing. But they got like a footlock pad that like rubber rand around the sole there. These are the light versions.
Oh, nice.
I don't think they have the waterproof.
I don't know if I want to touch that
membrane.
shit.
Yeah, I was just footlocking before I came over here. This is like my pruning boot or my rec climbing boot. Same thing. Boots are tough because it might not fit your foot well. One cool thing, this has a little hook there for your foot ascender strap, so it doesn't ride up over your ankle.
Nice.
But yeah, I've dug these boots. I still have my old one, and it's been a year. They're still usable, but they're super beat up. So I just started breaking these new ones in. But I'll keep buying them.
Nice. Yeah, I think summertime boots, I've always kind of went for some approach shoes. Back in the day, we used to get the 510 approach shoes.
Mm-hmm.
The 510 approach shoes aren't really what they used to be anymore. But I like, kind of like what you guys are saying, something lightweight, that breathes really well. These days working at the city, you got to have steel toes that cover your ankles. So I end up having Danners, and I can't, it just drives me crazy. Although at the city we're on concrete all day. So it is kind of nice, and it just kind of is what it is. You gotta get what if you gotta have something that has a steel toe, covers your ankles, kind of limits your options some.
You wear like the logger style boot, right?
Yeah. Those are, that's what I wore for a really long time. Was just the Danner Super Rainforest 2s. And then probably, I don't know, like 10 years ago, I just started wearing approach shoes. And really, I just started wearing them year round. After a while, I'd have a pair of Danners for, if you're going to work and it's just a really rainy day or something, I'd put, some big waterproof boots on, or if I was just going to be in Spurs all day, something that had that heel. But I like going lightweight with work boots if I can. Whenever I'm working on my own, I'm almost never wearing Danners, and I'd wear those 510 approach shoes with Spurs, and you get used to it after a while. It just kind of is what it is. I'm sure because I haven't done it for a long time, I'm sure it would take a little breaking in for my feet to get used to it again.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
I used to as well with the La Sportivas, the approach shoes. We definitely use those with Spurs.
Yeah. I like it because you can like move them around in the Spurs a little bit more. So I don't know. You get used to what you use. So
yeah, it's preferences.
Yeah.
I think it was on Instagram, and I think it was Jimmy Grand, but someone was asking about a pruning boot, and he was like high top Vans, like wear some old high top skate shoes.
Yeah,
and I almost wanted to try it, but you could like footlock pretty well in some old waffle grips.
Yeah. Supple rubber.
Yeah, but they might be like too soft for like standing in crotches and stuff, hurt your feet.
Yeah, like that's never good. I was just gonna say that too. You don't want anything too soft because you just get crammed.
Yeah.
And your foot just starts hurting so badly.
Yeah, I've footlocked in Nike skate shoes before.
Nice.
Back in the day, and not on a regular, but just like at home when training on the weekends. Just I used to have a big tree in my backyard, so I just have a line set up in it. And so I just kind of go and footlock when I had a second.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I just had my Nike skate shoes on. But the thing is, it tears them up quickly. They're not meant for that rope. So you do it one or two times, and then you're like, oh, yeah, this is why you don't do it. I'm just going to tear my skate shoes apart.
Yeah. Yeah, so boots, it's kind of, like I said before, it's tough because everyone's feet are different, and requirements at your work might be different. So play with stuff.
Well, we use the Loas a lot of the time.
Yeah.
The Loa, what's that? The Tibet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Loa Tibets are real high quality.
Nice.
Like winter boot. I think all the linemen use them for spurring and pretty much. What do you think? 80% of the people at Sperry got them.
Yeah, a lot of them got them this year or last year.
Probably 80% of the people get the Loas.
Sweet.
I'm trying to remember. I got a different one last year, and they've held up.
Didn't you get Scarpas or?
No, I had Scarpas one year, but I blew those apart.
Is that what Seppi used to get?
Seppi used to wear like the morel like leather like slippers.
Yeah, I've seen him wear those. Those were his lightweights.
One thing I did do a couple years ago is I just got a full size bigger. I have a friend who was making shoes, and he looked at my insoles. He's like, "Dude, you got to get bigger shoes." Because I was like, for so long I wore the same size shoe. I was like, "Oh, just give me a 10 and a half." And he's like, "No, man, you need to be wearing 11 and a half."
Wow,
And
interesting.
if you take your insole out of a really worn shoe and you can see where your feet are, you definitely want some more room in there.
Interesting.
And sure enough, after like 6 months of wearing a bigger shoe, like at first it felt really big, but then my feet kind of like filled out the space.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I like that in the winter because it seems like your feet stay warmer if you have a bigger shoe too, or a bigger boot.
It's not
I
like
could see that.
squeezing them and like keeping the blood
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta really watch out with work boots, especially like big Danners, stuff that keep your feet from being mobile, because your feet aren't used to being like super stationary and bound up like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like the way our bodies evolved, we didn't have shoes. Or up until recently, the shoes we had were just like basically walking on leather. It was like moccasins, like all, throughout history. And so you start using your feet different. I've started doing that because I've got like toe issues and like start getting a bunion on the side of my foot and whatnot. And what that is from is wearing big boots for so long all the time that I'm not exercising all the muscles in my feet that I should.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of from a foot and boot perspective, if you're going to wear big boots, or really, what any boot that we wear is going to be kind of, restricting the movement of your feet. You want to make sure you do foot exercises and stretch them out, just like you'd want to stretch, you get home after a long day of work and you're sore. It's always good to stretch. It's good to do that with your feet also, like lift your toes and put your toes down and spread them out and pull them together. Just weird stuff like that. Like, and it's made these pains in my feet that I thought my feet were just, like getting arthritic and old and painful. And going to the physical therapist and her explaining all that and then doing these stretches, and they're going away.
Yeah, it all starts with your feet.
Man, you don't think about your feet from that perspective when you're, just day to day, but they are the connection to the world we live on. You know what I mean? They are the rubber on the road.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if something goes wrong down there, your hips, your knees, your shoulders,
It all
everything's gonna
cascades.
get all out of whack.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's definitely something to think about when you're kind of wearing your shoes, and if you put insoles that have big arches on them or arch support, or just being in tune to what's comfortable for you and how you're supporting your feet and supporting your stride. If your shoes kind of flatten your foot out, your stride's it's going to push your foot off to the side, and it's going to make your stride different. And you think about, you're walking on that with that stride thousands of times, and all that, it doesn't feel like much when you're just like walking in the store trying the boots on, but over a few thousand times, that's going to start wearing on your feet in a weird way.
Yeah.
And like you
Your
say,
joints.
yeah, your knees, your hips, your hips go out, your back goes out, you're just everything,
Yeah.
So
That's why I was advocating to start with our feet.
yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, that's smart.
It's probably something worth spending a little money on,
Yeah,
getting some nice boots.
yeah, totally. Have you guys seen the KOs? Is it Kayo?
I don't know how it's pronounced. The new Arbor Tech.
Yeah, the new Arbortech.
Uh-uh.
Kayo, right?
I think so.
Yeah. It's they look pretty nice.
It's a chainsaw protective boot, and they made it a little lighter than their, what was their Scarfo Light or Scaffold Light was like their model,
Yeah.
which is like, I've thought about buying those, but I picked some up once at RDO here, and they're such a heavy boot.
Oh,
I
wow.
think
Yeah.
it would suck to wear them all day, but I got a lot of friends who that's all they wear all the time. And they say you can stand on spurs all day in those and not feel a thing. I think that's like the big selling point for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the same experience of lifting them up and just feeling like, man, I'd be wearing moon boots.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a picture of them. They look like motorcycle boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Everest boots.
Yeah.
Mountaineering boots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that the KOs that you pulled up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And my buddy just bought them, so maybe I can give a review, a couple months down the road.
Yeah.
But when I talked to him, he hadn't worn them in Spurs yet. They weren't even broken in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, any new boots, you got to break them in before you can really fully judge them. But
how about pants, saw pants?
I personally like the cloggers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, all around, those are kind of the best ones.
The lightest weight and
Yeah.
I got
breathable.
those, what are they, the Arbor Tech? I'm forgetting what
Arbor Pro or
it might be Arbor Pro.
Breathe Flex.
Yeah,
Arbor
the Breathe Flex.
Oh,
Yeah, Arbor Tech Breathe Flex.
And yeah, I like them. They've been, they haven't been too hot this summer. And they got all the zip spots. And the way they're sized is they're a little short on me. Not so much that like
You're a
it's
tall guy.
yeah, not so much that sawdust is getting in my boot or anything, but it's kind of the perfect height where it covers my boot enough, but it lets air in. It doesn't like bunch up on my boot, so there's a little extra ventilation there, and
so it doesn't have the gator in it.
it has a little thing you can clip, and I think there may have been some gaiters that you unzip, and I can't remember now. A lot of them have gaiters you unzip. But yeah, they're cut a little bit different. I wasn't sure if I was going to like them at first, but now I've gotten used to them. And actually, when I put my my old ones on, my old pants, they get it feels funny, and like I guess you just kind of get used to whatever you're wearing. But
which were the Fanner Gladiators. is
Yep.
what you had, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I have those for the winter. They're really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
same
over
here.
like 55 degrees out, you're
Yeah, for hot weather, clogger can't be beat. It's
Yeah.
the best I've tried. So the Gladiators, Arbor Wears pants, the Ironwoods, Sip Protection, and Clogger. And Clogger for the summer is the best.
Nice.
And then my Sip Protection, I think it's a Belgian company, is my all around favorite saw pants. You can wear them most of the year. It gets a little hot, but
I did see when I was looking for new saw pants last winter that Fanner makes a all wool pant that's like the same cut as the Gladiator ones.
Nice.
That looked so nice, but I was like, I don't know how many times I'd ever wear these.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they marketed them as hunting pants.
Yeah, just like a backcountry pant.
Yeah, and they looked really sweet, but hard to justify spending a couple $100 on some badass wool
I
pants.
don't know. I got a couple hunting trips coming up.
Hey, you should definitely look into them. I definitely looked at them a couple times, and then, of course, Google's like, "Oh, still interested?"
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But no.
Here's a wool jumpsuit.
Exactly.
Like, oh yeah, we don't live in sub-zero temperatures all that often.
Yeah. Yeah, cloggers, I had the first gen, so like the ones with the orange on the side, the old ones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the outers were just super fragile. Like
Yeah.
blackberries would tear them up.
Mm-hmm.
All the zippers failed. I was so mad at those pants because it's like $300. It was my first pair of saw pants, and they just started falling apart from blackberries.
I feel like we used to have a lot more people ripping holes and destroying their pants than we do now.
Yeah, they changed the outer
Yeah.
to like a tougher ripstop kind of material.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the fanners, I've had problems on any pair of fanners I've got with the zippers breaking
Oh, wow.
on them,
Mm-hmm.
like on the pockets mainly.
Yeah.
And the new ones I got, the Breathe Flex or whatever you said they were called. I can never remember the names.
Yeah,
of
Arbor
these
Tech
things.
Breathe Flex.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really like about it is they have zippers that they just feel like they're a nicer zipper. There's like a material that covers the teeth. So when you zip it, you're not getting sawdust kind of right up in the teeth as much. And
Nice.
yeah, that's one of the things I really like about those.
I think the Fanner Gladiators are probably the toughest ones out there. Like you had yours for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but the zippers broke
Okay.
year one.
Yeah.
I just dealt with getting sawdust in my pockets.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was always upsetting when stuff on a $300 pair of pants fail. Like if you could figure out the
my
zipper.
my zipper's broke too, and
yeah.
I think don't they zip down? I think, and my knife would like clip on their clip or something, or do they zip up? Do you remember?
I can't remember because they broke right off the bat, and then they zip up and down without closing.
Yeah, I think they zip down because that has something to do with keeping the sawdust.
So
out
I
of them
think
or something
they
like
zip
that.
down, and then having knives clipped onto the pocket, I think, is what
would mess it up.
What might
that would make sense. I don't clip knives onto the pocket, but what I realize is that if I left it open, is when I think it would mess them up.
Yeah.
You know, so if the knife's there, then it's just a little bit open.
Yeah.
You know, so that makes a lot of sense. But
I also a big fan of the gaiters, like the built-in gaiters. Like cloggers, they just have that little clip, that boot clip. But I've realized recently, I realized recently how nice it is to have gaiters. When I don't wear my saw pants with gaiters, come home with like sawdust in your boots, in between your, boot and your sock and stuff. Just uncomfortable and annoying.
I noticed that little clip loved to clip straight onto the throw line.
Oh, yeah.
How does this always happen?
Yeah.
I just cut it off right after I got those.
Yeah.
And I with the gladiator pants, I just took the
they zip
out.
off.
I was like, I can't do this. I was running too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should try that for summer with those. But yeah, I like a gaiter.
But it was just so funny. It's like, how does this catch? It's just like the perfect diameter just to hook it every time, like walking through.
Yeah. I guess it's not really PPE, but with pants, what pants do you use when you're climbing if you're not wearing saw pants? It's kind of weird because I'm almost never climbing without saw pants anymore, and when I do, I kind of feel, like, oh man, where's that extra layer of protection?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times I'll get like lightweight Columbia or REI, some of those kind of lightweight outdoor pants.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They almost go look like what people are wearing in the back country. Like they've got that stuff down to a science. If you want to be comfortable outside for long periods of time, so I got like Cools. I don't know like the brand or whatever. I'm wearing them right now. Yeah, super lightweight, stretchy in the crotch.
Good for competitions if you're a competition climber.
Yeah, I had a pair of what was it? Prana pants. They're like climbing pants.
Okay.
Those are really nice.
Nice.
They got like vents in the crotch.
Nice.
Probably like a rock climber pant,
right? Any kind of rock climbing pant.
That's it.
I never even thought to go. I mean, I guess REI. That's probably what a lot of the lightweight REI pants are kind of designed for. But I never really thought about looking for rock climbing gear for tree climbing.
Oh yeah.
Makes so much sense though.
Well, it's funny too that you mentioned that when you switch to the different pants, every time I do that, you like bruise your knee because you're used to the pads.
Yeah.
That's a big benefit.
Of the saw pants, and then first tree, you're like, oh, I'm gonna kneel on this branch. Like, oh man, not wearing saw pants. I'm wearing lightweight rock climbing pants.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is funny because I remember when I first started climbing with saw pants, being like, "Oh man, this is kind of nice. Just lean the knee up against the stob, and it doesn't cause any problems."
Oh yeah.
I started wearing the UV protectant hoodies, like those super light.
Hoodies. For like boating and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I got them from True Work, and I've been digging it. I was skeptical to put the hood up. I've realized lately like how much we're in the sun and how damaging it is, and I was like putting sunscreen on all the time. So I thought I'd give these a shot. It's been nice. Like in the hot weather, I'll wear it, and you kind of feel like you're in the shade.
Mm-hmm.
I was skeptical of putting the hood on. I remember doing a removal. You get all the brush out, and you have no more shade. And the sun's just beaming down on me. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I put it on, and it was like this huge relief. Like, oh, I got shade again. This is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So I bought 4 of those, and I've been rocking those.
One of the guys on the crew, Gio, he gave me a great idea. He actually got we wear orange shirts.
Mm-hmm.
He got an orange like Under Armour hoodie.
Yeah.
That's the same color as our shirt, and he just cut the hood out. And so he puts just the hood on.
Nice.
I was like, oh, that's a great idea. So the next time I was at a thrift store, I found one similar.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing. I mean, I used to have long hair, and then I cut it because it was too hot this summer.
Yeah.
And that back of the neck just getting scorched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Or we were talking about Velcroing a bandana on the back of your helmet,
Yeah.
just because being in the sun.
What do you guys
just
call it?
wears
The
you down.
moulet?
Yeah, the
It's like a
moulet,
mullet.
the Petzl moulet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would get one.
Yeah, they got those. Did you have one on your hard hat at the city?
Yeah, I did. And I think I eventually took it off.
Yeah, I did for a little bit, and I took it off because it kept on, like, just stuff would get caught on it, and it'd feel like it was restricting my head. But Corey and Sean love it.
It was nice on our rainy days. All the
Yeah.
rain would just, not go down your shirt.
Yeah. But I don't know, for whatever reason, like putting if you had a full body harness, putting that top bit would always get caught on it.
Yeah,
And
that would be annoying.
Yeah, it just got old. I don't know.
We did well, this is kind of a story from the field, but it's related. We were working in a front yard the other day that had entirely red lava rock. So it felt like we were on Mars. And it was one of those days where it was really smoky and like 100 degrees out. And I had my hood on, I had my Camelback on, my visor down, and I was talking to the guy that we were paired up through our Senna. So it really felt like we were on the moon, just with all the PPEs on possible. But the hood really makes a big difference.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I need to look into that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you next
ultraweight.
time.
Yeah, ultraweight hoodie.
True Work is the brand I got.
True Work. Okay.
I've had a Patagonia one of those for like almost a decade, and you can see the color it's like starting to turn white. It used to be blue.
It was blue, yeah.
And now it's changing to white.
Oh, wow.
And it's just like that's all that's been protecting my skin.
Yeah.
See kayak adventures or just out doing stuff.
Yeah.
Do you use it at work or no?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd wear a merino wool base layers in the winter. Pretty awesome, and it lasted me quite a while. It's an expensive piece. I bought it when I was like hunting, getting out in the woods and staying there for a long time. Like I nerded out on all the gear like I always do, and started buying merino base layers. But I took it to work. It's awesome. Like I used to just buy like a cheap whatever base layer, like $10 from Amazon or something. But wearing the merino wool and like the moisture wicking out, so it doesn't like trap the sweat in. When I would go back, I would notice this crazy difference.
Wow.
Just being so much more comfortable.
Yeah, I bought some merino wool a couple years ago too. It was like, what? It's like $80 for a base layer.
Yeah.
But I agree. It's just wearing a base layer, and then if it's wet out, just a rain jacket over top of that it's really nice.
Yeah.
My favorite layer is the puffy vest with the really lightweight jacket over it. Yeah. Super lightweight, breathable jacket with a puffy vest on underneath it. And really cold when you're working. It's just because unless you're working really hard where it's not really cold, you can wear it and you're comfortable.
Sweet.
But it just feels like most other things you get too hot too fast.
Yeah.
So just kind of a lightweight, puffy coat.
Yeah.
Puffy vest underneath a lightweight coat. That's the way to go.
It's like that hunting and backpacking type of gear. Like they've got that stuff figured out.
Yeah.
Being outside a lot. So
yeah.
Doesn't hurt to look into that.
Yeah, definitely have to protect the puffy vest.
Yeah.
You almost feel like you're wearing a balloon sometimes.
Yeah.
Mine's just covered with a bunch of duct tape and gorilla tape.
It's popped and then fixed.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm always a big fan of layers. The T-shirt, the long sleeve T-shirt, a sweatshirt over that, and then and then a lightweight jacket. A lot of times, that'll be the get up when it starts getting cold. And then as it warms up through the day, you're just kind of shedding layers as you go. And next thing you know, you're in the T-shirt. And then if you're working till it's cooling down, you're putting them back on.
Wait, so we moved on from pants? Does
nobody
wear a cup at work?
A cup? No.
You don't wear like a jock strap and a cup and
No.
everything?
Never had an issue with that.
Like from baseball or anything?
Yeah.
No.
You don't?
I don't know. It's funny.
I haven't thought about that. The advantages of wearing a nut cuff.
Well, anybody here ever rack themselves real good at work?
Yeah, a gaff out wouldn't.
Oh man, Travis did.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh, Travis, he stepped on a branch that was like cantilevered over something else, so it just whipped right onto him so bad. He went down.
Oh.
Yeah, he would have preferred to wear a cup his whole career than get hit
Oh.
nuts like that.
It was like a spring pole, what you're saying. Like,
Yeah, like he stepped on one side and it just like stepping on a
like stepping on a rake.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man.
God, I'm good. Oh man.
I've had like doing a stump cut in a weird, like a filbert that has a ton of different pieces coming up.
Oh yeah.
Where the tip will catch something and just kind of like ram you right.
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me before.
With the handle on the saw.
Yep.
Hit you in the hips. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You never know.
yeah.
That's why I wear one. That's why I wear one every day.
I got one on right now. My pod cup.
Honestly, I'm more getting tired of my elbows getting hit.
Yeah, you were talking about that
Yeah.
not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I might look into what kind of elbow guards or really low profile elbow pads.
Yeah, POC is what I was telling you.
Hawk,
Mountain
the
biking
skaters
ones.
and mountain bikers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got over one. I had a full on elbow bursitis for like a month, and it was like, it wasn't quite as big as a racquetball, but it was comparable. Just
Yeah.
like sticking, you can kind of see it still. It was like sticking out of my elbow. I have no idea when it happened. I just noticed one day. I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. Called my cousin who's a doctor. He's like, oh yeah, it should go away in like hopefully a month.
Yeah.
And sure enough,
Yeah.
about a month later, it started going down.
I've never had that.
We both had them at the same time.
We were Bursa buddies.
Bursa bros.
Yeah, we were.
Bursa bros.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like, look at my elbow. I'm all, whoa, look at my elbow.
Swell bros.
Yeah.
Is it like juicy? Like what it like? I've never had it.
Anywhere you have joints in your body, there's like a thin, like lubricant, and it's most common in your elbow because you smash it and then that gets inflamed, so the body's just like protecting itself and it's irritated. Over time they can harden, and then you can have other problems. But luckily for mine, it was like squishy. It's like a gooey.
Yeah.
People were
Yeah.
making fun of me at work. I was
Yeah.
like, hey, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
When I had a bicycle accident probably 20 years ago, and it had one of the what are they called again?
A bursa,
Bursas.
or it's called bursitis. The
bursitis, yeah.
thing is called a bursa. Everybody has them.
It was like a hot dog. It was like, I mean, like a hot dog coming out of my elbow. I couldn't, like,
Yeah.
really
That's
weird.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Yeah, watch out. I know that Avery on the crew, he got one. He was starting a big saw and he just smashed his elbow on something. I think he was in the bucket truck and he just like hit the boom, or I don't remember
Pull
exactly.
as hard as he can.
Yeah, just smashed. So watch out for your elbows. Take care of those things.
I hit mine the other day, and it wasn't a hard hit, but it's just like, sometimes you just get that perfect
Oh,
spot.
yeah.
Like
Oh.
my palm was numb for
Oh,
like
yeah.
Oh
a
yeah.
minute.
Things.
Yeah, you just hit it and stop.
Crazy
Oh,
nerves.
man, yeah.
Wow. So should we move on from pants to harnesses, or?
Well, I just want to, before we move on, I got a custom made leather vest in Guatemala one time.
Yeah.
So I use that in the winter, and it's like wearing armor.
Sweet.
Like I got it tailored for me, and I found a leather vest one time in Colorado, and they wanted $900 for it. Like,
Damn.
no way. So I was in Guatemala a few years ago, and I got this custom made vest for $100, and
Tailor fit.
tailor fit.
Wow.
And I've worn it for years.
What was
and,
the guy's name that made it?
Oh, geez, I don't remember.
Oh.
But that thing is, yeah, it's nice. Twigs will hit you if you're in a pin oak or something, just no problem.
Oh, man.
Getting poked everywhere. Blackberries. So I'd encourage people to get a leather
A
vest.
leather vest.
Yeah.
Custom
Sweet.
made.
Leather armor for tree work.
Nino got the leather cuffs.
Yeah, Nino
he
got,
got full leather cuffs for his arms. He's a ground guy, so he did a lot of ground work, and
Oh, wow.
one too many hawthorns and
Thinking like
blackberries and
something a Viking would wear.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Very much so.
Gauntlets.
Yeah, gauntlets.
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
14, 16 inches.
Hell
you
yeah.
know, and he would just go into freaking war. Man.
Yeah. Although I think there's, and I could be wrong about this, but I think there's rules against wearing gloves
Oh, cuffs, yeah.
with
Yeah, you can't
big
show.
cuffs or what is it, gauntlets when you're chipping.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I never thought about that.
Yep,
Yeah,
because
I-
it's
I
just
told him
something
he
to
wasn't
hook.
allowed to wear them chipping.
Oh,
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
What about Hawaiian shirts when chipping?
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you on Fridays.
And snag that button.
Yeah,
It's
aloha you into
yeah,
the
just,
chipper.
it just rips right off.
It's more of a safety hazard for all the ladies watching.
Yeah.
Oh, my shirt came off. No big deal.
Yeah. Oh, look at that! Not again.
Sun's out.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Grits was doing Aloha Fridays with us.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
The shirt. I even saw the shirt made it to the show that night. Rob,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rob. I gave it to
Oh,
Rob.
nice.
Oh, nice,
that
yeah.
afternoon, so
Yeah.
It was.
It's a double whammy.
Yeah.
Well, it was Casey. I posted a picture of Casey wearing it earlier in the day. He fell a big incense cedar, and I was all, here, put this on before you do that.
Nice.
And then I wore it in that cedar, and then I gave it to Rob. So it
It's a
nice.
triple whammy.
Yeah.
Nice.
made its way around.
I'm hearing you guys need to get another Hawaiian shirt on the Sperry Cruise.
Yeah.
You need to get the line going. Get
Yeah.
the
Yeah. We need.
merch.
Yeah, we need to get some tree thinking Hawaiian
we'll
shirts.
Repping the tree
that'd
thinking
be
for
sweet.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to have the tree thinking on one side, and then we'll send them over and have the Sperry logos put on them.
We'll get Sperry logos, Modern Arborist, Happy Little Tree
Yeah,
Care. We
yeah,
could just
yeah.
have like all the company logos of our companies.
It would look like NASCAR.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say it's more
yeah,
like
it
a
would.
NASCAR.
We could-
Yeah,
we
no,
could get
that's a
people-
bad idea. We don't want to
That'd
go
be cool.
NASCAR.
No, I think it's all right. We could get people to sponsor.
Yeah,
Put their logo on it, you know? We'll
It's,
do-
it's
we'll
a
do-
leather. It's a $900 leather vest with all of our logos all over
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, now
yeah.
we're
No,
talking.
we can't go too over the top on on logos for Aloha Friday. Maybe one like if it's hidden into design, you
Yeah,
know.
we got to remember to keep it chill.
Yeah, got to
Gotta
keep it chill.
Keep it chill.
Keep the spirit of Aloha Friday.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we could make like a Hawaiian pattern out of all the different logos.
Yeah. Like small, like fractals almost.
Yeah,
So
so
you have to
so
look
it's not
really close
like,
to tell.
You can't really tell.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
It just looks like
McDonald's
a Hawaiian
logo.
shirt from far away, and then you look closer and closer.
Yeah,
Then you see Jamie waving.
yeah.
It's like one of those pictures that you zoom in and there's a picture made of a bunch of pictures.
Yeah.
Of a million pictures.
Yeah.
What you definitely wouldn't want to wear on Aloha Friday chipping would be a lei.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, don't wear a lei.
Unless it's truly made out of flowers.
Oh.
Then it wouldn't matter,
Yeah.
just, you know,
It'd explode.
yeah, just explode.
Hula skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a OSHA hazard.
Yeah.
Grass skirts.
Well, yeah. So move on to harness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think harness is a good one.
Yeah. Most important PPE.
We are 45 minutes in.
Oh, well,
Let-
yeah. You know what? Let's take a break.
We'll
before
take a
we do
break and then we'll get into harness and the head and the upper body.
Sounds
that. The
good.
guns.
Can't win them all.
No.
Can't catch them all either.
No.
Yeah. Especially the ultra rare Charizards.
Definitely.
Man. I just saw a mosquito hovering around you guys,
Oh,
so
yeah, it's definitely hovering.
keep an eye out. Oh, God damn it.
Got it.
All right, we're back. We've worked our way up to harnesses, so I guess yeah, what are some of the first harnesses you guys climbed with?
Mine was the Cheryl Tree Edge, I think is what it was.
Yeah, it's what I had that too.
Yeah. It was just a hand me down from the company I worked for. And I remember it really hurt my hips a lot. It was
Mhm.
probably because I was new to climbing and doing all sorts of things wrong, but I remember that. And I switched to the tree motion. Look at
Yeah.
mosquito.
Yeah, on you.
My brother-in-law got West Nile.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah. Unrelated. Crazy. Lots of mosquitoes in North Dakota.
Wow.
I'll hope he has a good recovery.
Yeah, he's all good. Now I wear the tree motion. I don't know. What do you wear?
Yeah, I wear a tree motion. I started out with a old Buckingham, which was just
Is that the versatile?
I don't know what it's called. It was a sliding D. Is one of the ones that was just like green strap material on.
Yeah, yours had the leg straps. Mine had the
Yeah.
I had the Buckingham versatile with the bosun seat.
Yeah,
You
I just
the
had leg straps
Buckingham
and
with the leg
a
straps.
rolling D and
Yeah.
just D rings.
Yeah,
And I wore that for a long time.
it kind of threw you backwards.
Yeah, yeah, it did. Well, I think it was I think it was I can't remember. I'm not sure if the legs might have been a little bit smaller than the waist,
Mm.
so it kind of let you lean back in
Yeah.
it. I can't remember.
So a sliding D, do you mean it had a rope bridge?
It wasn't a rope
It was
bridge.
big like the grayish, brownish, like heavy duty straps, kind of like the lanyards that the utility company would use and whatnot.
Yeah, so it was a strap and a big D that slid across that.
Okay.
And used that for a long time till the tree motion came out. And when the tree motion came out, as it was probably 8 years I'd been on that Buckingham or something, a real long time. And so I was ready to get a new one. And, I'd been hearing about this tree motion that Bettis was helping design. And so as soon as it came out, I ordered one. And when I ordered it, the guy at the Cheryl dealership, and so they didn't have a Cheryl dealership in Eugene then, so we had to get everything from the dealership in Portland. He said it was the first one in Oregon that they sold.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Nice.
and ever since then I've just been on the tree motion, just like slowly upgraded as you get the thicker back pad. A matter of fact, the first back pad I got was when we went to me and Asa went to Charlotte to the TCI conference there, and they were just the back pad was the new thing that they were kind of demoing. And I was talking to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you can have this back pad if you come back at the very end of the show, when we don't need it anymore, I'll just give it to you." And so, sure enough, I just waited around until the very end, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. Here you go."
Nice.
So he gave us the back pad, and yeah, and now you've got that one with the double.
Yeah, it's the newest tree motion. It's got a double rope bridge, which is cool.
Yeah.
I haven't used each of the bridges individually or anything, but it's kind of cool to look down and see two pieces of rope instead of that one skinny little piece.
It makes you feel good.
Forever.
I've never done the where as part of the came that way, but me and Rob used to put double bridges on ours.
Oh, nice.
We just tie an extra piece of rope from D to D there, and so you'd have another bridge. And every blue moon, I'd use it, but I almost never used it. And
yeah,
it's probably why I haven't.
More of a safety backup than like a practical climbing.
Yeah, although Johnny uses his all the time. He's got 2 swivels.
Oh, nice.
And he runs them all the time.
2 swivels on 2 different bridges.
Yep.
Oh man, I gotta check out Johnny's setup.
He's next level guy.
Organized.
He really is. And I've actually thought about it because I've been playing with the captain hook more, and so I've been thinking about it as far as when you get the captain hook, you get your shot and you're pulling yourself over. Sometimes your other your other rope's behind you. So I've thought about how nice it'd be to have 2 bridges, one to go behind you to where you were, and the other one to go on the captain hook. So
totally.
Once I get into it, once I get a new harness, I'll probably get one of those and have to start using it again.
Nice. Yeah, I like it. And one of the biggest upgrades I did to mine was I bought the Monkey Beaver suspenders for it.
Oh, nice.
I did that because I started putting a bunch of shit on my harness. I used to climb with nothing on there, but then I started just wanting all these pieces just for whatever, just to be prepared for anything. And it started to weigh me down, or a big saw, it kind of pulls your harness down. But I picked those up, made by New Tribe and August Hunnicky here in Oregon. And a big selling point is that there's elastic points on it, so it really moves really well. It's not like life safety,
Yeah.
but it just helps support all the stuff you have on there.
All all the gear.
And you can move and not feel restricted at all. It's huge. I love it.
How many carabiners do you have on that harness?
See, that's why I need the suspenders. Yeah, I got too much gear on there. But that's how I like it.
Yeah. There's something to be said for it. I go back and forth because the more gear you carry around, the more weight you got. But there's a lot of little pieces that you're not going to ask somebody to send up to you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you already got it on you, you're going to use it. So it's kind of one of those things. Kind of like I'll carry an extra ascender with a pulley on my harness. Because that's when I'm climbing single rope and I'm about to run out a limb, if you put that carabiner, you run that 3-to-1 off of another pulley before you do the limb walk, it makes it so much easier just to pull yourself back out, especially like long fir branches or something.
Do you actually do it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've started doing it.
Nice.
It's so handy.
Yeah.
But you're not going to when you're about to go limb walk, you're not going to ask, hey, can you send up you're just going to run out there and then muscle your way back, but yeah. And the other thing is you don't even, I've forgot to put the ascender on there, but I've just taken a strap and a pulley because I'll always have a strap and a pulley just for quick little lower down stuff. And you can do the same thing by putting that strap and pulley just on a branch if you're about to run out.
Yeah.
And then just run it through that, shoot out, and then just pull yourself back with the 3-to-1. Makes it so much easier.
You mean like a webbing loop?
Yeah, a webbing loop just around a branch next to you or something.
You can even tie it as a prusik around your rope.
Oh, yeah, you could definitely do that.
Yeah. Oh. Getting wild here.
Yeah, start talking about prusiks and pulleys.
Yeah, the last time I was on the show a couple months ago, we were talking about this, and we called Scott Altenhoff, and he was getting ready to go down to Redwoods, and we were talking about harnesses. And
that's right. Yeah, you come in for the gear heavy shows.
Oh yeah,
nice, good move.
Yeah, I guess we kind of covered harnesses already.
No, we can do it again.
Yeah. We missed plenty of stuff, I'm sure.
Do you wear the tree? You wear the Sequoia?
No, I wear the Monkey Beaver.
Okay.
I did have the Tree Motion for a while.
Yeah.
And they're so similar.
Yeah.
They're so similar.
Okay.
Do you like one more than the other?
I don't know. I think the Monkey Beaver one is a little bit more comfortable. They have a couple better like attachment points that are pretty nice to have. But overall, they're both so nice that it'd be hard to say that either one is superior, honestly.
Yeah.
I've got the same experience. I've climbed for many years on a Tree Motion and many years on a Monkey Beaver, and they're comparable harnesses.
Cool. Yeah, I think the top 3 now are like the Sequoia, the Monkey Beaver, and the Tree Motion.
Yeah.
Like those are at the top.
I think
of like most commonly seen around here anyway.
Yeah.
I wore Tree Motion out to where one of the buckles failed on me once, the aluminum buckles.
Whoa.
Yeah, to where it actually broke while I was climbing
yeah,
on
I
it.
forgot about that happened to you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the buckle failed on me one time too.
Yeah.
But yours I remember it just straight up broke.
It just straight up broke.
Blew
Hey,
it
Rob,
apart.
can you pull the mic just a little bit closer?
Yeah. So
Awesome. Thank you.
That's scary.
yeah, I like them both. I think that but you said the Sequoia was the other?
Yeah, the Petzl Sequoia.
Petzl Sequoia. What you
I
got?
haven't tried that one at all.
Yeah.
Probably because isn't it a class 3 harness? To where you can like use it for like fall
Oh, like fall
protection
arrest?
and all
Maybe
that
they
stuff.
have like that attachment option for it now. But
Yeah,
you
like
can
the
just
whole
buy
full
you
harness.
don't have to buy the full body.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they might have that option.
That might
now.
be one of the reasons why it got up to the in the top 3.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
It's
Sequoia's a
so-
nice harness, but
Yeah, it's so light and simple. I think
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. It's just not bulky.
yeah.
It's like you're wearing nothing.
Where are you gonna put all your gear?
Yeah, no. I got all these carabiners. Where the hell am I gonna put them?
One thing I've started doing, and I just put on a different. I've been carrying 2 lanyards with me just every time.
Nice.
It's like a short lanyard.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
really like having long lanyards anyway. I think the longest one I have is like 17 or 18 feet.
Yeah.
Then the other one I have I think is 9,
Yeah.
and it's just been so nice to have.
Yeah. I do it on certain climbs. I have like my normal is like 22 feet or something like that, and then I have like a 10-footer. that'll carry up on certain climbs.
Yeah, it's been like, oh yeah, I could just tie it again. It's way easier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right here. The key is just if you're not going to use that one, just daisy chain it up, or if you have a bag. But I just usually daisy chain it back to itself and clip it onto myself.
Yeah.
So I think harnesses, if you have like a local dealer and you can like go sit in them, I think that'd be huge when like figuring out what you want.
Definitely.
The tree motion is super customizable. I don't know how much with the other ones. I've really only climbed on that old edge and then the tree motion. But
Yeah,
you can really adjust it to fit you well with all those like elastic straps in the backs that connect the legs to the harness and stuff.
I'd say with the Monkey Beaver, just go ahead and buy the leg straps or the leg pads right away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just it doesn't come with it, but it has Velcro just to attach straight to it. If I was gonna buy, when I did buy mine, I just bought the padding right away. And anybody that we've got on the crew, we just buy the leg pads for.
Nice.
The other thing, unless you're a pretty big person, I probably wouldn't get a large.
Oh yeah.
I would get a medium. And if you're, if you have a small waist, go with a small, because
Ours are medium.
yeah, we both have mediums.
Yeah, and I still have like 14 inches of tail.
Yeah,
on
and
the end of
I
mine.
wear
could
size like
extend that.
34 pants,
Okay.
and a medium is I've been thinking about shortening how long the loop is, because you'd
Huh.
have to be, 40.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
When
Yeah,
they
they
say
make-
large, they mean large.
very large. Yeah, so
Southern Oregon large.
but yeah, they make really cool stuff. New Tribe just makes awesome stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I think Monkey Beaver broke away from New Tribe.
Oh, did they?
I thought they did. I could be wrong.
yeah,
But for some reason I thought, because now New Tribe has the Tengu, right?
oh, so
They've got their own climbing.
So is Monkey Beaver like sewing their own stuff?
I think so.
Interesting. Well, the suspenders are made by New Tribe.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
we should
Well, and you know what?
call them up.
Don't take my word for it. Look into it.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. For some reason, I thought that was the case. I ain't trying to start rumors, though.
Yeah, there's a disclaimer at the beginning of each show.
Exactly.
listen
We
to
don't
it.
know what we're talking about. Why are you even listening?
I haven't kept up on Haneke. I used to watch all their videos all the time, but I haven't really kept up. I did see they bought like a brake test machine, so you might be right. Maybe they're
Oh, we're thinking
Really
about
start-
building one of those too.
nice.
Yeah, we've got an old scissor lift from the old Ford,
Yeah.
the Ford 1-ton, and we demolished the truck or parted it out, and so we have this scissor lift just sitting around. I'm like, man, we got the pump, and we got the ram.
Yeah.
We got everything we need except for a couple anchors and the tester,
Just break some shit.
and
Yeah.
start breaking shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we should totally make one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
We've got the room.
Sweet.
Yeah, just to see, like, let a rope sit in a bucket for like a couple months and then see how strong it is.
Yeah.
Or put it out in the sun for a couple months.
Yeah,
This sounds like
Yeah.
some YouTube videos coming up.
Yeah.
definitely.
Big time.
Teaser,
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
some chainsaw lanyard,
Yeah.
whole thing.
Microphones.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So where do we want to go next? Do we want to think gloves maybe?
Yeah.
We already talked about the gauntlets and some of and your leather armor.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But
I wear these Atlas. They're super hot in the summer, but I just like them because I'm ready to I can run rigging ropes or, do a big rip and descent and it doesn't hurt my hands. I've always worn gloves. I know a lot of people who don't,
yeah.
and that, I don't know, they're just calloused or what. You don't really wear gloves, right?
On and off.
Yeah.
In the summertime I usually don't. In the wintertime I'll put gloves on just because when it's cold out, if your fingers start getting numb or are affected by the cold, then
Yeah. Can you run rigging without?
not big stuff.
Yeah.
If it's big stuff, I'll grab a pair of gloves.
no.
But if it's and if I got a real dialed in lowering device, if I've been working on it all day, then I'm not too worried, because if you really kind of get a feel for how much friction, you can kind of transfer the friction to the lowering device, and you just, maybe do a little more wrap than you'd used to, and then it's not an issue. But it for me, it's not necessarily a pride thing. It's not like, oh, I don't need gloves. It like if I'm lowering something down, I need gloves because I've burnt the shit out of my hands before, and that sucks.
I was gonna say anybody that says they're not at a disadvantage not wearing gloves is wrong.
Yeah.
Because you can stop a rope better with rubber gloves on. Just calluses don't act like rubber, no matter how thick the callus is.
Exactly. You can rip calluses off your hands.
Oh,
also,
man.
like it can get pretty brutal. I know people that have burnt the hell out of their hands.
It's not a pretty sight.
Exactly. And so, if you need gloves, use them. A lot of times working, I like to have that extra feel, and even chipping. I've had like my glove get caught and stuff, and it pulled pretty hard where I had to hit the safety bar. Where you like have to, or you have to like really, work it free. So I don't know. I like to have that extra feel.
Yeah.
When I'm moving around the tree and whatnot, but if I'm gonna be if I need them, I'll use them for sure.
Nice.
I think I'm exactly the same as you. I generally don't use them unless I really kind of need to for comfort or for utility.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, I don't wear gloves.
Yeah. You?
Yeah, I'm a glove guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried not being a tough guy glove guy, but I just would constantly be getting like little nicks and,
Oh yeah, no, there's always something bleeding on my
always.
hand. Like I got this the other day. I got a little ding here, all. But I would prefer to have that extra
Dexterity and feeling and
exactly. Like when I put those atlases on, if I'm climbing, if I start doing it on a regular basis, I get used to it. But like right now, if I put them on and start climbing, I just feel like I'm wearing like big snowboarding gloves or something climbing.
I take them off and put them on all the time, and there was a while where I actually tried cutting all the fingers out and having like sick fingerless gloves.
Yeah,
that worked pretty well. I think I stopped because I did like a sugar pine removal, and the bark on that just tore the shit out of my fingers.
Yeah.
Well, you can just put them right into your D-ring.
Yeah.
You just pull them right into your D-ring, and they're just chilling there ready for you if you need them.
And I've done that. Like when we did one of our videos for the fusion. I remember you guys were laughing because I like ascended up on the fusion without gloves, and then I got up to where I was and like got all settled in, and then like
put your gloves on?
Yeah, we were like running, we were like kind of trying to run through this course as fast as we could, and I like stop up there and I like put my gloves on before the big swings, and because we were like jumping and swinging and letting it run while we were
nice.
going down. So it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that without gloves.
Yeah, I've in the summertime just these like thinner gloves.
Yeah.
They're not all.
I like those.
They're not all created equal. Some of them are totally junk.
Yeah.
These have held up pretty well, but I cut the wrists off them.
Oh.
Interesting.
Because your wrist has a lot of blood flow.
Oh
so
yeah.
if you cut the wrists off, even I've done it on those Atlas gloves in the summer. It cools you off a lot better.
Wow.
So pro tip.
Did you get like sawdust and shit up
Not
in there?
really. I mean, there's still elastic way up, even up into the lower palm. So it's just like if you cut it right below the rubber, it just gives you that. It is noticeable how much your body holds in the heat just right on your wrists.
Nice.
So,
sweet.
I might try fingerless again. Is that a shot?
yeah, or just like the finger, just so you can text up there.
The thumbs.
Yeah,
feel around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice.
But no, I've got a pair of leather gloves that one of them I wrote Petzl on, and the other one I wrote Black Diamond on. So they look like they're really sweet.
Yeah.
They're just like $5 leather gloves.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you use those very often?
I only use them if we're rigging really big stuff.
Yeah.
It's like very rarely, or the occasional like blackberry or hawthorns.
That's when they're nice.
It's nice to have a whole bunch of. I have like a bag of gloves that I just carry around with me.
Yeah. The only time I like the leather gloves is if it's like you say hawthorn or something sharp. Other than that rigging, I'd rather have the big thick blue Atlas or even like the gray Atlas, like the wintertime ones that are super thick. those, for big rigging. But especially these days, there's so many different friction devices where you can put enough friction on there, so you shouldn't be like burning your hand up that bad. I mean, sometimes if you're going nuts with really big stuff, yeah, it's going to be what it's going to be, but I don't know.
Yeah, case by case, but
Case by case.
generally speaking, if you're going to be rigging anything, it's a good idea to have some kind of glove on.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I'm not saying no glove, but I mean, I'm saying like those leather gloves, I don't feel like I get more friction protection from those.
They just fly through. I mean, it'll just let your hands fly through.
Yeah.
You can't even really slow it down.
If it starts slipping, yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I think with the technology we have, you can take that friction on wraps on a porta wrap or something,
The days of getting pulled 40 feet up into the tree are over.
Well, not for everybody, but if you're smart enough to use the right equipment.
Still see a video here and there.
Yeah.
Oh man, hold this rope.
There was one video of a guy shooting up in the air from some rigging, and then someone had put like an animated like superhero cape on him, and then animated the tree to look like he was fighting the tree.
Yeah.
So funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
See if I could find that one again.
Nice.
Yeah, so gloves, it's all preference. It's not a requirement. You don't have to wear gloves.
Yeah.
I think it's smart when you're rigging.
Yeah, for sure.
And don't make fun of people that wear gloves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's not
It hurts.
it's not a badass thing.
No.
And if you're looking at it as a badass thing, in my mind you're not approaching the situation from a safety and production point of view.
Yeah. Unless they're fingerless, then you can make fun of them.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean there are circumstances like
Yeah,
if
like
they're
everything.
fingerless or if they're just wearing like one shiny glove or something like that, then there's a joke to be made.
That'd be cool. One glove
Yeah.
for tending your hand.
This is my rigging hand.
Yeah.
This is my climbing hand.
That'd be a good nickname.
Yeah. One glove.
One glove.
Yeah, like one glove. One glove.
Well, you know what? Start just wearing one glove and I'll bet you'll get it.
What's next? Safety glasses?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. We've kind of talked about the torso, the hands, the time to get to the head. Guess work your way up the head. Anybody wear a mouth guard ever
No.
doing tree work? Yeah, no, I can't think of.
A buff when I'm blowing. That's nice.
Yeah.
Like dusty,
I was-
dusty
Well, and
days.
sun protection. That's been a side effect of COVID and having a buff when I'm working.
Uh-huh.
Is it kind of keeps the sun off the back of your neck.
Yeah, I was using the air spade today, so I had
Oh, yeah.
it was very dusty.
Yeah.
The ground was very hard, and there was a lot. It was. I filled the whole neighborhood with dust. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, that can be a problem actually. That's kind of I mean, it's a bit off track, but I don't know how many people airspade out there, but it's a device that you use to aerate the soil or to amend the soil with nutrients or to do like a root crown excavation to inspect the crown of or the base of a tree for rot or the condition of the roots, and basically it blasts dirt like crazy. It's like an air compressor, a super air compressor on the end of a big long wand, and you can excavate soil out and it doesn't hurt the roots as much. So boy, we've had a couple problems where it creates too much dust and all the neighbors' cars and houses get covered in dust. So doing it at the right time of year.
Well, and watering the ground down before. That's what we always used to do is we put
they
a
did.
sprinkler on, and make sure that the sprinkler, and if it starts drying out, put the sprinkler back on,
Yeah.
because
Just while you're doing it.
well, having a sprinkler there, and if you start noticing it's getting really dusty, then you could just go and, take a little break, turn the sprinkler
Soak
on.
it for half an hour.
Even if it's already wet, it won't even take a half an hour to keep the dust down,
It's a good point.
Yeah,
Pro tip.
I was just blasting it all towards. There was like a huge empty parking lot towards like the fairgrounds. So
Oh, nice.
I was a little bit conscious of where I was blasting.
Were you doing the oak tree?
It was the elm.
Oh, an elm. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so wearing a mask, I was just coughing still thinking about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, face mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, N95.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just chipping, chipping like a bay tree.
Sycamore.
Yeah, bay trees or sycamores. Face mask is helpful.
Well, I mean, if we're starting to talk about protecting the head, I think almost got to start off with the Protos.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Oh,
those helmets
nice,
are like the
nice.
all-in-one ear protection, face shield. You can get the eye protection, the helmet, the Senna system, all in one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody came up with a really great idea and design
Yeah.
that revolutionized the helmet.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was Dan Holiday was talking about these helmets, and I think he said like they took like a climbing helmet and just like threw that out the window and
Yeah.
like came up with their own thing.
Yeah, and then watch Star Trek or
Yeah.
like Star Wars.
Power
Space,
Rangers.
Spaceballs, bro.
That was
Yeah.
great. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I got it. I know what we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was skeptical at first, but now it's just they're so nice.
Yeah.
I wear
Yeah.
mine on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Riding
I'm out-
bikes,
Yeah, if I'm
ears
out doing-
down.
I redid my floor in my house this weekend or last weekend, and
Jamming out.
yeah, I was just jamming out.
Sweet.
You know.
I've
Nice.
I've done that mowing my
Oh, yeah.
lawn or
Oh,
working
yeah.
around the
Blowing
house.
off the roof.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Should take it snowboarding next year.
That's actually not a bad idea,
Well,
dude.
I thought about
That
it.
would we should do that. Go snowboarding.
I thought about using it for my bike helmet. It's probably way safer than like all the bike helmets out there. I mean that
More
that, like,
wraparound protection.
Now, I do know that with like skateboarding helmets and stuff, they'll come down further because when you're falling, that's a different kind of impact than a tree helmet.
Well, what I'm
tree
saying
helmets
is, that
is-
these come down far though.
Yeah, it's not just where it comes down though; it's how it's designed to take an impact.
Yeah, there is that like my new bicycle helmet. Actually, it's years old, but there's like a weird thing that slides inside the helmet that keeps you from getting a concussion.
Interesting.
Like people with these kinds of helmets have like 80% less concussions with the same amount of trauma.
Yeah, it's like I have the same helmet, and it's like the shell moves, kind of
Yeah.
keeping your skull in place. The
Yep.
shell will kind of shift around it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the Protos 2.0.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think at one point,
Made for biking too.
So- the helmet you had, Rob, I think another version they had. Have you ever seen the Protos that had like all those little green like
Oh yeah.
like someone cut a bunch
like
of
the
straws?
Honeycomb.
Yeah.
Or something, yeah.
yeah, that same bike helmet, they did that too prior.
Oh really?
But that's supposed to be like an impact thing. So
Oh,
like
you hit something and you're.
I'm bad.
No, I can hear him.
Okay. Yep, that's mine.
But
You're
yeah,
good.
they would like crush on the impact, you know.
And so
Kind of
that's
like
what that was
slow it down.
designed for. And then
Yeah. I don't know why they threw it out. I mean,
it's probably heat.
maybe they have a better design, yeah.
Probably airflow and heat and stuff or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the functions are a little different. They're designed to take impacts in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
I'd heard a thing about that. It was actually talking about people commuting to work wearing their tree helmets.
Huh.
And they're saying it's better than not wearing a helmet. You know, it's not a bad thing to do, but just know that one is designed for impacts that are coming from above and hitting you. If a branch drops on you or something, and the other one's designed for if you fall and your head makes contact with the ground.
Yeah.
So like the engineering in it and how it's designed to take an impact is a little different.
Well, you could still fall tree climbing.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure it's not designed not to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like
More like emphasis in different areas.
exactly is the idea. And that was a few years ago that I heard that. And so maybe the Protoss are designed completely. Maybe they took everything into account. Who am I to say they didn't take riding a bike into account?
Yeah. So what's the story with this fresh new white helmet here?
So I've had the same one for years and years, and it's just getting kind of gnarly. And I think I got some tree climbing competitions coming up, and the last one they were telling me it was close to being expired or expired. They said next one you got to get a new one. So
Oh wow.
good
Nice.
excuse to
Good
get
on-
a
good
get
on
a
you.
fresh helmet.
Man, I gotta check out. I wonder if how my harness is doing. Like it's,
Yeah, you
I'm
need-
sure it's fine, but it could be.
peel back the.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to open
Backpack.
it up
Oh,
and
you
look into it.
definitely need a new harness. The question is, are you going to get a monkey beaver?
That is the question. That is the question. Well, at this point, the competition's in like 2 weeks, so the question
Yeah.
is, what does RDO have?
They don't have monkey beaver.
They don't.
No.
They have in the past,
Oh, that's interesting that they do.
haven't
Well,
they?
They didn't recently.
Okay.
I mean, that's where I got mine. They're probably just out of stock. Like every other supply
Or
chain.
if
like
they're
your-
not through New Tribe anymore, they might.
Well, like you were saying, I think monkey beaver's kind of like consolidated itself into its own
Yeah.
supply store.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think Cheryl Tree and Tree Stuff, and we're stocking their products, but I think they're kind of separated now because you can't find their stuff on their website.
Oh, no way.
yeah.
So something is going down.
Oh, I think something
they're
went down.
Yeah,
Yeah, something
Yeah.
went down.
making and selling their own products.
Yeah, they said they don't want too many big fish in the pond.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, I like the Protos a lot 'cause it's like customizable to like really fit your head well. I have a tiny head, and I would wear the cask, and it would just like on the smallest setting possible, still kind of flop around. I had to wear like a buff underneath.
Yeah.
And the one really cool thing about the Protos is you can adjust how tight the earmuffs are.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I mean that's and you can adjust
Everything.
everything. Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
It really is next level.
I was skeptical till I put one on.
Oh yeah.
Put down those earmuffs. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
my gosh.
Like
yeah.
oh yeah.
And if you use a Senna, I think this just carries it better than like a cask. I've worn a cask and your neck would almost hurt because you have
I
the
still-
Senna on the back.
I still don't like the way that any helmets carry a Senna.
Yeah, it could be better.
You know.
Yeah, just put it in my brain already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Come on, Elon, hurry up.
Yeah, I feel like my neck muscles have definitely gotten stronger from wearing the Protos for a couple years now.
You know, so that's something that's interesting. At the city, we can't use the Protoss because you need it to be electric certified. So there can't be any holes. It's got to be fully solid, one solid piece.
Oh.
So the earmuffs, I can put kind of one in front and one in back, and it balances it on the head better.
Oh, nice.
Protoss, I haven't really noticed an issue with wearing mine out on the weekends, but have you guys noticed any?
You
Like,
can
does it-
I mean,
is
it's
it
a
heavy in
heavier
the
helmet?
back?
Yeah, I mean, if you go from the extreme with the Petzl, like the rec climbing Petzl helmets we use, to the Protos, that's probably like 4 times as heavier.
But with the rec climbing helmets, you don't have the earmuffs or the visor
No,
or
it's just
none
all
of
that
that.
other stuff.
I'm
so-
just
Get on your
taking
Yeah.
it to the extremes. The Protos
Yeah.
is like the heaviest one, and and that's like the lightest one.
My old cask, I had the face shield and the earmuffs and a Senna on it, and like night and day. This was so much more comfortable.
Really,
Just like way more balanced. Yeah, fit my head way better.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I think that the earmuffs probably trimmed down some weight on these
Yeah.
compared to the ones that went on the cask.
Yep.
And then the visor's like twice as big, but probably comparable in weight because it's screen instead of plexiglass.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you can get.
You can get plexiglass, yeah.
And then the rest of the helmet is just bigger, so it's going to weigh more.
Yeah, that screen is really, really nice.
So
oh,
Yeah.
the one thing I've heard about them that isn't as nice, and I don't have experience, so I can't speak to it, but I've heard that the glasses that mount inside of it, like fold up into it and whatnot, don't kind of ride crooked and don't fit real good. I don't know. Have any of you guys
I've never
had
tried
the
those.
glasses
They
on?
Kind of weird.
I've never used
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
They always
I
looked a
haven't
little
used 'em.
funny, so I never ordered it. But
Well, I mean, most people's eyes aren't level too, so how are you gonna
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
glasses that swing down?
Yeah.
yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe they are level, just
Yeah.
the people I've seen wearing them.
I mean,
Different,
yeah, the
different
earmuffs do
folks.
push kind of hard on your head, so you kind of have to have particular type of safety glasses to not get that sort of like temple
Oh, yeah.
riding. But gotta complain about something.
Yeah, because I think, like, as far as OSHA or ANSI is concerned, you have to wear safety glasses when chipping the actual visors, not.
The actual visor doesn't count.
No.
Yeah, that's not actually considered. eye
No, but I
protection.
think the cask ones, like the newest versions are.
Yeah, they are.
The Z87 rated. So
Yeah,
Nice.
I think they were back, years ago when we were using them too, I think.
It's pretty recent.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Couple, I
Maybe
would
it was
say
Petzls,
maybe
and I know that maybe
4 years or
Petzls
so.
were,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, because I remember that was always a deal that it wasn't the same.
I'll tell you, it helped a lot today when I was using that air spade,
Yeah.
blasting dirt just straight.
Oh,
back.
yeah, I'll
It's just
bet.
chunks.
Yeah. I feel vulnerable without the face shield, especially chipping.
Oh, yeah.
When I got the job with the city, I bring in my Protos in on my first day. Like, you can't wear that. Here's your, was it Petzl Vertex is what they wear. And go out in the field, start chipping immediately. I'm like, you got to order me a face shield for this thing. This feels wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is true. As soon as I got the Protoss, it's weird when I don't have a face shield, especially if it's like in a real thick environment or whatnot.
It's so nice to have.
So nice. And I thought it was going to drive me crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, this thing's going to be on the top of my head, getting in the way, catching on stuff. Not at all.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's like the chat pants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now if I don't have chat pants on, I feel all vulnerable in the tree.
I like putting the earmuffs down when just climbing in general. I don't know, just nice to have that much more protection.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Don't feel like a twig's gonna get in your ear.
Oh yeah, how many times
in my ear before?
Slapped in the ear for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I had I was classic taking a video while we were removing this dead birch, and the birch exploded while I'm taking a video, and the piece just flew straight at me, and it like smashed right on my visor.
Oh whoa!
I was like, I mean, I was ducking, so the video didn't actually turn out very good, but
yeah.
Nonetheless, the visor saved me again.
Yeah.
And luckily, I was wearing the helmet because it hit me right on the top of the head, the best spot.
Yeah, those are by far the best tree helmets. Game changer when those came out.
Oh yeah.
Safety glasses. What safety glasses do you guys like?
Just, I don't know, find ones that fit your face. Like, I always get sent the tree stuff ones, but they fog up on me.
Yeah, I love them.
It's just the shape of my face or whatever. It's like immediately put them on. It's just like, whoop,
yeah,
the way I breathe, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I love those ones.
I'll give them to Andrew.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely put them to use.
Yeah, I've been wearing these the Smith ones that are, they're polarized and they're nice lenses, but they are expensive. So
Yeah.
I still have the same pair. I've had them for like a year.
Nice.
They do really good warranties. So luckily I got a pro deal, but they're still like $80.
Yeah.
But it's just once, I don't know, kind of spoiled with polarized sunglasses that I started on a mission to try to find polarized safety glasses, which are pretty hard to find. But
I remember when we, I remember we got those.
yeah.
Yep.
But anything really, like I like the sort of like mocha colored ones.
Yeah.
That color is kind of nice around here because it's, that works in the kind of grayer days and it works when it's bright out. But
Totally.
I always like to wear like 3 or 4 safety shades on my hat. Just people
switch them out.
Yeah, people think you're real serious when you show up to a job and you got like the mocha colored ones, the mirrored ones,
Yeah.
like the blue ones.
What
Clear
kind of
one.
day is
Yeah,
it going to
try
be?
it out. People will be like, "Oh, this guy must be serious."
Oh, we used to love the sunny days, the yellow ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah. On gray days.
Oh, when it's gray and rainy,
Oh,
it'd be all
yeah.
sunny day. Put the sunny day on. You put the yellow sunglasses on, everything's yellow. You're like, oh.
The blue
Still-
ones depress you.
Yeah. They kind of do.
Yeah, the blue ones are kind of weird.
Prozac glasses.
But I mean, yeah, I've had so many. I'm so glad I wear safety glasses all the time. It's just a habit I've gotten into that is just so nice to have. I mean, I could tell you so many stories of where they've helped me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. Every day.
Oh, I told this story on the podcast about the rope that broke and hit me in the face,
yeah.
and it would have blown up my eyes if I didn't. At least one of my eyes would be fucked
Oh,
if
you
I
were
didn't have
blind,
safe.
probably.
Yeah, and one eye would be blind, and the other one would have been damaged for sure.
Oh yeah, I had the hydraulic hose on the skid steer break on me one time, and then I used the switch, and it just sprayed hydraulic oil straight into my face.
Oh,
And I was wearing safety glasses.
and that's such toxic
And I would have
stuff.
probably been blind too.
Yeah.
I mean, my skin felt so weird for like 3 days afterwards, but
Oof.
luckily I was wearing safety glasses and it totally saved me.
Jeez.
Wow.
I had my visor down too. I had my
Nice.
Protos visor down, so
Yeah.
it kind of like mystified it too.
Gosh.
You know, that's a good thing to point out, though, that the visor is not safety glasses.
Yeah, we can just keep repeating that because it's
Yeah.
true. You get this false sense of security that it'll stop everything, but
Yeah.
it's not rated to handle some serious stuff.
Yeah.
And that goes for
That's a good point.
wearing regular. I tell this to the crew constantly. You can't wear regular sunglasses because in the event that would stop something, it would just explode in your eye.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have
It'd make the matter worse.
Yeah, it'd be worse off than if you were just wearing nothing, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think approved safety glasses have, it says like MZ87, like somewhere on the inside of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's how you know they're legit.
MZ87.
Yeah.
yeah. And then depending on if it's like, there's like some other added symbols next to it. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it has to say that Z or M87 or something.
Yeah. I wonder if I'll...
Let's see.
Yeah, I most recently we were doing a removal and I was running the ropes and the piece of wood came down. We were lowering a big chunk down and the rigging line had a steel carabiner on it.
Uh-huh.
And the other ground guy unclipped the steel carabiner and he pulled the rope out and it whipped around the log and I saw it coming, so I kind of like tilted my head. The steel carabiner with the rope just came right around and hit me square right in the safety glasses.
Whoa.
And I mean, had I not been wearing them, I probably would have fractured my eye socket.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I still had a pretty big bruise and it did cut my skin a little bit, but other than that, I was fine.
Wow.
But I mean, it hit it hard.
Oh, man.
It was like wham, just I got so lucky that I was wearing the glasses, but again, it's just I constantly wear them.
Yeah.
And just like wearing anything else, it's like, well, I feel weird if I'm not wearing
Yep. Yeah. It's probably a good thing to wrap up on, huh?
Yeah, I was trying to think if there's any other PPE that I can think of that we didn't cover. I mean, it seemed like we went from toe to head pretty good.
Yeah, and I like Kurtz's point there where start wearing it and get used to it, because when you don't have it now, you're going to notice, you're going to feel vulnerable not having that.
Well, and especially if you take a second and you look around and you're like, oh, nobody's watching me, then you're probably doing something wrong. You know, like, if you have that feeling, like, you're like, oh, I'll just do this real quick, then you're probably
Look over your shoulder.
you're like,
real quick.
Yeah.
no, nobody sees that I'm doing this.
Yeah.
It's like, well, then that's probably a red flag.
Yeah.
I've heard thing with chaps. It's like I've heard someone say, well, if we're in the backyard, it's okay, but if we're on the street, and people can see us, I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. That's not how chainsaws work.
Yeah, they don't care where you're at. They'll cut you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just being that once you make it a habit, it doesn't feel like it's a big deal anymore. And because it feels like a big deal if you're changing your lifestyle to be safe. But if it is your lifestyle, then it doesn't feel weird.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good building block, kind of going back to our other safety episode. Make a habit of it. With PPE, with any of this stuff, just taking the time to make a habit of doing it right. Because once you form that habit, it's not an issue. What's that? There's a rule for how many times you got to do something before it becomes a habit. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
It's
Yeah.
like 30 days in a row or something. If you do something for a certain amount of days in a row, then it just becomes part of your daily routine, and like you've programmed your brain to want it rather than it be just something that happens.
Well, and exactly what you're saying, we're human, so we think change is really hard, but then in like a month, you're not going to even remember that was a big deal that you changed your habit,
Yeah.
So getting into the mindset of just doing it
What about other accessory PPEs like whistles or like gosh, maybe what other kind of accessory
Yeah, I think
PPEs are there?
a whistle. So the suspenders come with a whistle on the.
Yeah, aren't you supposed to have a whistle?
I don't know that it's required.
You know, I think it made more sense back before the time of Sennas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that we all have Sennas and we're in communication, if you don't have a Senna, then I can understand a whistle. You're in a tree, you got to get help,
Mm-hmm.
blow that whistle type of a thing.
Yeah.
Thank goodness I've never been in a situation where I've actually had to use one. I used to carry one, but yeah, now if we're in direct communication.
I'm gonna blow this because I feel like I remember testing it and it was quiet.
Yeah.
Like if a chainsaw and chipper's
That
going,
is-
I don't
Yeah.
know that you're gonna
No,
hear
It's
that.
not a Fox
Yeah.
40.
No,
Yeah,
I've
no.
actually I've had a whistle too, and I tried whistling just to see if anybody would. I was in a tree, not even that high, and I just wailed on that whistle
Yeah.
so loudly just to see if anybody would look. Nobody looked.
Was
Yeah.
it one of
Oh,
those Fox
man.
40s, those orange ones that
No, it wasn't.
Sperry got back in the
it
day?
wasn't one of those.
Those
it was,
are loud.
It was
Those
one
are
like,
loud.
It was
Yeah.
one like that.
I brought, I had a couple that back in the day, and I ended up bringing them home at one point, and I had to hide them because the kids were like, "Oh, a whistle!" and they start blowing this like Fox, like this deafening whistle.
Did you guys have them hanging from your helmets? Or?
I had mine on my helmet for a while, and then after I tried it out, I was
Yeah.
like, "This is worthless."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have Sennas.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about like a pocket knife?
I don't carry one on my saddle or anything.
Yeah, I don't either.
I have one in my climb bag, but
I usually have one in the cargo pocket on my pants, but it's not for climbing. It's just because I like to have a knife with me. But for what are you gonna do when you're climbing? Like cut a
rope.
Yeah, but you're not like
that was in Corey's words. He carries a knife on him. I
Yeah.
can't remember which episode, but it makes me laugh. He was like, if something happens, I need to cut the ropes. I'm gonna cut the fucking ropes.
Yeah.
He carries a knife on his saddle.
I do too. I carry one in my bandage
Yeah.
pouch. So
Nice.
just like on the side of the bandage, I just put a little pocket knife in there.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's a good thing to bring up. The first aid pouch.
Yeah, in the first aid
Yep.
pouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Cool.
put some band-aids in there, and I put a couple extra things in there other than the, severe cut bandage.
Nice. Yeah, I just have like the yellow one that hangs out on the back of my tree motion, and it just came with like a bandage. But
Yeah.
I stuffed my tourniquet in there,
Oh, nice.
cat tourniquet.
Nice.
Real quick, break the fourth wall. How much time is that recording for? Is that going to be a 45-minute recording again?
No, we keep going.
Okay.
Mostly worried about the heat of it, but
Okay.
yeah, we should be fine.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a nice temperature in here.
So long as it didn't turn off automatically or something.
No, it'll
Okay.
it'll keep rocking.
Yeah, the first aid on the backpack is important, because when you think about a first aid situation, to have a tourniquet and a like Israeli bandage, if you cut yourself real bad, the amount of time it's going to take for somebody to come up and get to you, especially if you're like 100 feet up, some fir tree or whatnot, that's going to take a little while for someone to get to you. And we bleed out pretty fast if you hit the wrong spot. And so to be able to shove a bunch of gauze into a wound and then seal it off with a bandage and or put a tourniquet on. So I think having that training, having bleeding control training and tourniquet training is very important, especially if you're going to have them, because there is a technique to it,
Yeah.
Any other kind of PPEs that are not the common things we use every day?
I've started getting those little like electrolyte gummies,
Oh yeah, electrolytes.
nice.
especially
Huge.
this last brutal summer we've had. I'm just getting that a little bit of salt and sugar to
From the dispensary.
Yeah.
Those gummies.
Exactly. Just when you drink like a gallon of water, you need something for that water to hold on to in your body. So that's been kind of my extra PPE.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a good
wearing
one.
the backpack with water in it, and then those gummies in the afternoon has been really helpful, and just watching out for other people because, sometimes it's hard just to think
Yeah.
when it's that hot out.
Yeah. Yeah. I climb with a camel pack.
Pretty nice.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Anybody else have any final thoughts or any other PPE that you can think of?
Not so much. Nothing that comes top of mind.
Your brain, use your head.
Yeah. Yeah. Your number one PPE is your
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
That's a good point. None of this stuff works if you don't use it right. Right on. Well, I guess then, kind of my takeaway is I really like the idea of forming the habits. Using the PPE right, forming the habits, and educating yourself on what's out there. And that should help keep you a lot more safe in an industry where every little bit of safety counts. So, with that, I'd say stay safe and PPE, yeah, you know me.